It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys the weekly interviews from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Actually, guys, tonight's one of those nights. Tonight, we're here to recap the first part one of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion. Wow, what an episode. But before we do, guys, you know how this works. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe below wherever that button is. That way you don't miss any of our future interviews or pop culture content. We kind of started off the reunion on Garcelle's bluntness and how she can rub people the wrong way, i.e. Kyle and also Sutton. Do you guys remember when she asked Sutton how she got all of her money? That rubbed Sutton the wrong way. And then also Kyle. She's not vibing with Kyle. And then when Andy asked her who was the least welcoming way back on Watch What Happens Live, Garcelle said Kyle. But guys, this is where Garcelle lost a little bit of merit with us. It's when Andy asked her if she still felt that way and why she said that to begin with. And she said it was the only name she could remember. Okay, now if Kyle doesn't like Garcelle, I can understand why, because you can't just throw her name out there like that. I don't think she realized the weight that carries, and Kyle feels that, because now all of a sudden everyone thinks Kyle's a mean girl to Garcelle, when really it's just because Kyle was the only name Garcelle could remember. So guys, even though Kyle kind of got off the hook with this one with Garcelle, because Garcelle had no merit in the first place, Dorit did point out that Kyle does have a listening problem. So apparently Dorit has a problem with Kyle herself. She did say, let's not single Kyle out. She's not the only one. But Kyle does tend to glaze over people in conversations. Kyle kind of just pointed out that, listen, that's what happens during an argument. And Denise pointed out, it's not just during arguments. It seems like everybody is gunning for Kyle. But with that being said, Kyle just pops off with, hey, Garcelle, guess what? At my charity event, you raised a paddle for a $5,000 donation that... Where's the check? So apparently Garcelle didn't pay the check, and she was outraged by this. She was pissed, not happy. She pretty much told Kyle, watch your mouth and watch what you say. Kyle ends up squashing that whole conversation by just saying that she feels like Garcelle is not truthful, nor is she genuine. Ouch, Kyle. You're really gunning for Garcelle. And again, guys, Garcelle shouldn't have just thrown that out there on Watch What Happens Live. But also, I'm conflicted. I know a lot of you guys think that she's vile, Kyle, but I just don't know why Garcelle would throw her name out there for no reason. I don't like that. Guys, Andy pointed out the obvious and asked, hey, Garcelle, how does it feel to be the first woman of color on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Garcelle kind of giggled and she said, yeah, I feel the pressure of it a little bit. But she said she thinks it's great to be the first anything. Honestly, guys, I think Garcelle has been such a tremendous addition to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I love the fact that she's really the only one who genuinely has Denise's back, and she's really the only one who's being an authentic friend on and off camera. So Lisa Rinna's been friends with Denise Richards for over 20 plus years, but the moment that you put a contract in front of her and roll the tape, all of a sudden Lisa Rinna is her worst enemy. We didn't see that from Garcelle. We saw a very genuine side to her. So Kyle saying that she's not genuine, I don't know about that. I love the fact, though, that Erica pops off and she's like, oh, well, I hit it off with Garcelle right away, but I'm more open than the other women. In what world? Most people think Erica's an icebox, that she's stone cold, that she is just like the ice queen, ice princess. Or at least that's what Brandi says Denise said, right? I think that's the allegation she said, or the insult. All right, guys, now off to Sutton. Sutton is selling her house, buying a new one, and buying couture. With that being said, we get the Sutton Dorit misunderstanding. That whole thing comes up. So I do have to say, guys, if you haven't already, check out my interview with Sutton on my channel. I think Sutton's fantastic. I think she was a great addition this year. She didn't get to keep her diamond because her ex-husband wouldn't let her kids film full-time. So she wasn't able to completely share everything, which means she couldn't be a full-time housewife. But she did call out the fact that she felt like Dorit really did not handle that whole misunderstanding at Amelia and Delilah's clothing launch the right way. Dorit said that she felt like she didn't really know Sutton. She felt she was kind of unpredictable and acting angry. So she called it out. Whereas I'm pretty sure Sutton feels like Dorit was just kind of reaching for a storyline. wrong time, that she was just kind of throwing it out there to get a reaction. And that's exactly what she got. Sutton's calling a spade, and I don't blame her. She might be a lot of things to the fans, but you can't say that she's not just blunt and straightforward. If anything, Garcelle and Sutton, they are both straightforward, and I think that's why we're liking our new Beverly Hills newbies. Again, though, guys, Dorita's on a roll because, like she said, we shouldn't single Kyle out. She also apologized for the misunderstanding. So she's on the apology tour, kind of. Like, not the apology tour, but she's on good behavior, let's say. Sutton just ended it pretty much with, like I said, there were better ways to handle all of this. Then here comes Lisa Rinna pointing out that she's had her own issues with Sutton, but who cares? I think that Lisa Rinna just wanted to kind of chime in on a storyline because I guess we weren't talking about her for a second. But again, we do know that Lisa Rinna is the longest as far as friends with Sutton, so maybe she has had some tips with her, but she chimed in on it, and we kind of just changed the subject, right? So Andy wanted to know what were in those lavish goodie bags. And are you trying to buy your friends? She had a good sense of humor. Sutton kind of joked and said, yeah, I'm trying to buy my friends, or maybe I am, whatever. But Erica and Dorit did take to defense and say, you know what? Sutton is a great girl. She's a great woman. She has great social behavior. And yeah, they like her. But again, guys, I love a newbie who comes in on fire, and Sutton did. She came in on fire, especially the way that she came in for Teddy this season. Oh no, the pregnant thing, that, okay, wasn't the best. But then asking her on the reunion if her small disdain for Teddy's clothes is going to affect their friendship. Oh my gosh, Sutton. You can't say stuff like that. But she did. She said it, and that's why we love her. Sorry, guys. I get my energy so excited because I love Sutton. I get excited about this stuff. I love Beverly Hills. Moving on. Denise. Oof, what a season. The reunion that we've been waiting for with the star of the reunion, even though the other one was served with the cease and desist, so we're not going to really hear from her with everyone else. Obviously, that's Brandi Glanville. Denise. Between the sex conversations, the hard conversations with her children, and constantly being berated by the women over this whole Brandi scandal, she has had quite the season. Unfortunately for Denise, as much as she tries to act like she's innocent and she doesn't like to have these sex conversations or talk about these not PG rated conversations or topics, whatever, in front of everybody, Lisa Rinna is the first one to point out that sex is the only thing that Denise likes to talk about. Lisa Rinna was on fire too, because she immediately points out a tweet that Denise Richards liked. The tweet was allegedly calling Lisa Rinna a racist and calling for her to be fired from the show. Denise is completely claiming ignorance and said she didn't read the whole post. Lisa Rinna is calling her liar, 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 liar. Denise Richards, you are a effing liar. Pretty much just own it, Rinna. And she did. She owned how she feels about Denise. Denise, Rinna's not your friend. Denise pointed out that her kids have gone to school and some of their friends have pointed out some of the topics from this season of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Almost as if it's the women who should feel responsible for these topics being brought up. But then Erica was quick to kind of cut it off and point out the fact that everyone who watches the Housewife franchise knows that Denise's husband, Aaron, has had a happy ending from a 100-year-old woman. Denise, how do you answer that? Well, actually, she doesn't. She doesn't respond at all. She pretty much just kind of ended off by saying she's felt uncomfortable and attacked all season. Lisa Rinna is calling her out, though, again. Always Lisa Rinna is calling out Denise Richards. Lisa says it's all gaslighting, and boom, we come to an end. So, guys, that was just part one of a 3-part reunion. I don't really know how we're going to have 3 parts of this reunion, but hey, I'm digging it. I can't wait to see when we get to talk to Brandi and how they bring her in with the cease and desist. It's going to be all over the place. But again, I'm all here for it. Guys, if you haven't already, please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel, wherever that button is below. That way you don't miss any of my future interviews or pop culture content. And guys, go check out my merch store after popping off on Pop Culture with Pops this Friday at 1 p.m. PST. Bye, guys, except for you, Jolene. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.